Why are you here, sis?
I went to see Gary.
Okay. Are you coming here as a concerned ex-fiance? Or did you come here to finish what you started the night you stabbed Gary? You don't remember how I found you? There was blood all over your hands.
Gary's blood. I did it! That means I did it!
Okay, so the question is, based off that thrilling cliffhanger in conjunction with the trailer for next week, did Penelope really stab Gary? Now, based on the cliffhanger alone, I'm like, she did it. But then when I take into account the trailer, I don't know. It's just one of those things where, based on the synopsis, we do learn that Jordan learns of Penelope's situation. She's been dealing with something, a certain condition due to the recent trauma she's been through. Now, it could be DID, dissociative identity disorder, aka multiple personality disorder. Basically, it's when a person is having an experience where they have two or more distinct identities or personality states. Typically, this is caused by traumatic events or abuse that occurred during childhood, but it's thought that people may actually develop it as well by compartmentalizing. I'm freaking compartment a lot. Basically, they have mental compartments of different traumatic experiences. Keep in mind, I think this truly happened to Penelope due to the fact that after getting tossed to the floor and losing her baby by Gary, remember that he told her to get up off the floor and then get some towels to clean up the mess she made. And she said that she got out of the building. I don't know how the hell she did this. She managed to crawl her way out of the building and then from there ended up in the custody of the FBI. And she was alone. She had to go through everything alone, dealing with the loss of the baby, the fact that her former fiance is a monster, her brother didn't know where she was, so she had to go through this alone. So she probably just had to deal with this crap to the point where she had no choice but to develop a different personality. Remember when Andy finally went to see her, she revealed that she's looking for blood now. This is basically her wanting revenge, and I think that was the beginning of this new persona. If you're an anime fan like me, Yu Yu Hakusho, Shinobu Sensui, that character who had like 7 different personalities, this is what she reminds me of, where she has these different levels of emotion. The kind-hearted, meek Penelope, the sassy Penelope, and then the one who's out for blood. And it stands to reason that she may have repressed what happened, because Jordan goes on to say, well, when I found you that night after Gary got stabbed, you had your hands were all bloody. I can't remember what happened. Gary's blood? Then that means I did it. I don't know. It just seems like if she is experiencing this could actually explain a lot. How did she find where the wedding venue was? I don't know. I mean, Jordan said, oh, excuse me, I'm tired. Jordan said he followed Gary's henchman, aka Hudson, so it stands to reason that maybe Penelope followed Jordan? I don't know how she would know this. I honestly don't know. But regardless, it could explain a lot. She's just in shock over what she did and she can't remember. And then it's ironic because you got Gary who can't even remember who Penelope was. So it's hard to tell what exactly is going on. Like, she probably was shocked at what she did and can't remember the details. But then on the Gary side, the amnesia he's apparently going through right now, I can't tell if that was from the shock of being stabbed or maybe it was the drugs in his system that were put into his IV. But regardless, there's a lot going on. But what I will say is this. I don't know if Penelope did stab him because I'm trying to think about her having bloody hands. Yet when you look at Gary's condition when Andy found him, there were like no fingerprints or handprints or blood splatter or trails on the floor. And the door that Andy opened, there wasn't any blood on it. So if she had bloody hands, she would have had to open the door. It doesn't make sense to me unless she found Gary in that state and tried to resuscitate him. But even if she did, yet again, there were like no handprints on his shirt or anything. And if I remember correctly, Gary wasn't wearing his blazer at that time, his suit jacket. He was only in the button-up shirt. So I don't know what was going on here. It just doesn't add up to me. I think that there's more to this mystery that needs to be resolved. But at the moment, it definitely seems like she's the top contender for the stabber. Now, I can't remember where I placed Penelope in the ranking of the different suspects who could have stabbed Gary. She could have been towards the top along with Tamara and Jasmine. But, man, it really does say a lot. Because if he can't remember her, and she allegedly can't remember stabbing him, man, I don't know. I mean, plus when Jordan brings it up, she does have an emotional reaction to it. So maybe she did do it, but again, she just can't remember. And him explaining the details of what occurred that night is wild. And then, of course, Agent Watt wants to investigate her. So, yikes. So, what do you think about this? Do you think Penelope was the stabber? Do you think she's just repressing it? Man, this is some wild stuff. All right, well, hey, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.